Real men are always in the mood. Real men don't cry, real men don't get emotional, and real men are also aliens. Society has always upheld pretty strict standards for men's personas, preferences, and emotional state, essentially creating rigid guidelines for them to adhere to, so that they can be proclaimed as real men. So, who are these mythical creatures? Are they protagonists in the extremely male centric egotistical movies with macho themes, or those men in razor blade commercials? And what happens to those real men in real life situations? Hi, I'm Ishani Joshi, and today we're going to talk about real men are always in the mood. Real men and real life sometimes tend to be two different things. Real men don't want to talk about problems, if you've noticed. And that exactly is where the problem lies. With all the myths and legends surrounding men, the most common one has to be men are always in the mood, they always want to have sex. सब हवसी लोग होते हैं, which may not be entirely true. It is reported that 1 in 5 males tend to have a low sex drive or a low libido. Low libido simply means a reduced sex drive. This happens to both men and women. Even though men are stereotyped to have a high sexual drive, low libido is not that uncommon. There can be physical or psychological issues that may be causing it. Physical issues of low libido can be low testosterone, prescription medicines, too little or too much exercise, and alcohol and drug use. Psychological issues can include depression, stress, and problems in your relationship. And upar se it's pretty treatable. Low libido is not that big of a deal, and men go through it all the time. Low libido can be easily treated with either medicines, testosterone, or lifestyle changes like exercising. Although if it's psychological issues, we recommend that you resolve them. Low libido can also be caused due to some relationship problems or due to your partner. Couples therapy or talking about it with your partner can be a big step towards developing a healthier sex life. But not talking about it and suppressing these emotions can build up to complete loss in the idea of sex. For starters, an honest conversation with your partner would be a great idea. If you talk about this and resolve it, it's going to be really good for you in the sack in the future. Trust me. But most men in India have problems talking about it. With something like low libido that often occurs in men, most of them choose to stay silent and not talk about it. With ideas of real men imprinted in their minds, a lot of them choose to suffer in silence and portray a false image about their sex life. We can blame society, we can blame your bros who get together every Sunday over beers and talk about how big her tits were or how huge her ass was. And I mean, a culture has a large part to play in these things, right? But we can have a new start. We can start talking about these things in a very realistic light instead of portraying ourselves as hypersexual, sometimes sex karna hai type of beings. The point is to build a society where we can realistically talk about sex, the good parts and the bad parts, and not shy away from it like it's some taboo.